What is up, you guys? It is Mike here, and in today's video, I kind of wanted to just sit down and talk to you guys about the new ban list that just came out for the TCG for the new April 2020 Master Rule 5 format. And yeah, guys, before we get into this, I just want to give you guys a quick disclaimer. This is not going to be a ban list reaction. This is not going to be me reacting to seeing these hits for the first time because I have already seen this list when it first dropped, the moment that it dropped, like sometime this morning. And I didn't want to just get in front of the camera and just react to it like everyone else does for the first time. I kind of wanted to just sit down, digest the hits, kind of think about it here for a while after all the reactions that I saw and everything. And I just wanted to give you guys my overall thoughts about what the hits are, why they're there, and how it's gonna impact our meta overall. And yeah, guys, before we get into the video, if you guys do enjoy this video at any given point, definitely give it a thumbs up and share with your friends so that they'll know about the ban list as well. And I'm not gonna waste any of your time. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So yeah, guys, this list here just came out today. Today is, at the time of recording, it's March 25. They said here on the page that they were going to release this on March 30th, but for some reason they released it 5 days earlier. I'm assuming that's because of the whole, pandemic that's going on right now, but I'm not quite sure. That could be the reason why, but correct me if I'm wrong. You guys probably let me know why they released this earlier than this. But yeah, they said they just released their day, and they said the next update's not going to be until June 1 of 2020. And considering the fact that no competitive events are going to be rising in this format until like sometime in May. I think sometime in the middle of May they're gonna start having more events. But as of right now, they're not gonna have any, and I'm not really sure how impactful this will be, considering we can only do it online. But yeah, regardless of that, we're not gonna talk about that anymore. Let's just go ahead and discuss about the hits. So yeah, guys, you guys are probably not gonna be able to see these hits here as clearly as I can. But yeah, so the first hit that we're gonna talk about here, well, actually the first two that I want to talk about here is Blackwing Steam the Cloak and Distributor now are forbidden, so you can no longer have copies of those anymore. Steam the Cloak makes sense. Everyone is saying it's because of the whole release in tandem with dual overload, with needle fiber becoming a thing now. Cards like these can easily be abused by needle fiber, and it definitely makes sense that they would want to make a preemptive hit with this list, and hit these degenerate cards before they actually do become a thing and start making the meta degenerate. So I definitely do agree with the Steam Cloak hit. This Judo, I'm not too sure how I feel about this. I'm kind of like on a 50-50 scale, because the last time I've ever seen this was back in Orcus and using extender or something, and I have seen it played in like a few Dragon Link decks, but other than that, I'm not really sure how relevant this hit is going to be, but like I guess it's fine. I'm not sure if I would consider it being forbidden. I mean, because it makes sense, because like everyone only really plays one copy, so like I guess it makes sense for them to hit it at 0, so like I guess that's fine. And then the next one we're gonna talk about is a Glow Up Bulb and a Lunalight Tiger and Spiral Master Plan. So Glow Up Bulb definitely makes sense, because Christian Needle Fiber is gonna be a thing, and you don't want to abuse cards like this. It is a bit ironic that Glow Up Bulb is abusable, considering it's a once per duel effect, but regardless of it, it's still pretty degenerate. Having 3 copies of it is just really broken, and I cannot imagine all the combos that people are gonna be coming up with in the modern era with needle fiber being in our format now. So I definitely do agree with this hit. Lunalight Tiger going to 0 is definitely a big shocker to me. I did not expect Lunalight to be hit like this so badly. You could argue that there were other cards that they could hit in the list. I mean, this is technically the only pendulum card that Lunai even plays in the deck, and considering it's not a hard one to return, it's really broken. And I've really seen Lunai players really abuse the heck out of this card. So I did not think Konami was gonna outright murder the deck or like hurt its consistency that much, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be playable at this point, but I guess it's okay. Spiral Master Plan being forbidden now. I am so shocked by this as well. I did not also see this coming at all. Um, Being that Magician Souls was able to abuse this card so much, dump it into the grave, get you a free search and everything, especially after summoning it back, get you more pluses. It's like that card is just really broken, and considering now they just got rid of it entirely, it almost makes it seem like spirals is not going to be a thing. I do think people are going to still try to make some sort of list to try to abuse it in some sort of way, even without master plan, but I just don't think it's going to be that relevant now, considering it's gone. So I definitely do agree with this. I'm not sure if this is going to make Magician Souls go down in price. I would love to see that for my Dark Magician deck, because if you guys follow my channel, you guys know I'm a big fan of Dark Magician. I'm not sure if this is gonna make it any more like relevant or make it go down in price, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. And yeah, guys, so those are it for the forbiddens. Honestly, I don't know if anything else should have been forbidden or anything else should have came off here. I was expecting maybe a few more synchros to get hit, kind of like what the OCG has done with like Junk Speeder and some others, but like I guess this is okay. I'm not sure how I feel, but I guess it's whatever. And then yeah, now we can go ahead and get into the limits here. So the first two limits here are going to be Danger Jackalope and Danger Shukinoko to 1. So yeah, considering they're now with Nessie being at 1, so some of the like most like top tier danger cards being hit to 1, I'm not sure if it's going to be that much more splashable at this point, because honestly danger has not been that splashable or like has seen a lot of relevancy in our meta with like the top tier decks for a long time, ever since like it got murdered like back in 2018 or 19, I can't remember at this point. But yeah, I definitely do not see this engine being played a lot now in a lot of top tier decks, and it'll be interesting to see if anyone will try to experiment with the rest of the dangers like Thunderbird, Bigfoot, and like Mothman and the others. But like, yeah, considering they did hit like the top 3, it's like it's crazy. I didn't think they needed a hit, but like it's whatever, I guess. So I'm definitely okay with that. And then the next hit we're gonna talk about is ABC Dragon Buster to 1. I do not know if I actually was like on the bandwagon of everyone else, thinking that this card wouldn't be as powerful or be that abusable stepping into Master Rule 5. But then now that I had some time to just like digest the hits and talk with like some other people about the hits in general, one of my friends, well, not one of my friends, actually someone in my family here told me that a card like this could easily be abusable in Master Rule 5 with cards like Union Canyon and Hanger and everything. It can easily be abused, and getting out multiple Dragon Busters on the same turn, being able to disrupt your opponent's board and building and getting pluses during your turn is just really broken. So after hearing some of the examples in here about the combos that this card can handle, I do agree with this now. I know that's different from what everyone else is saying, but like I'm definitely okay with this. I definitely do enjoy this now, considering what I heard. So yeah. And TG Hyper Librarian and Trish 1 definitely makes sense. TG Hyper Librarian, like spamming multiple of these, being able to draw like your whole deck is definitely going to be broken, and you don't want to gain that much advantage just off of multiple copies of this card, so it makes sense. Trish to 1, like, okay, like sure, good. It's good to know that Konami does not want hand looping, because we have not needed to experience hand looping for quite a while now, because Konami has been really putting it in check as of lately about hand looping, FTKs, and all that stuff. So I definitely do agree with this here. You do not hand looping, just how I would put it, is just as bad as starting. It's just as bad as an FTK, if not worse. So I definitely do agree with this. Totally awesome to one. Um, Definitely agree with this. I know a lot of Paleo Frog players are gonna hate me for saying I agree with this. I'm sorry for that, but like, yeah, seeing multiple copies of Totally Awesome on the board and being able to get it out easily with cards like Bahamut Shark, for example, is just really broken. I do not want to see multiple of this and be able to like get rid of them multiple times when I destroy one. So I definitely am okay with this. Dried it to one, and later on as we get into the spells, barrage to one as well. um I don't think it's gonna do a lot for Zodiacs as a whole because they still don't have Broad Bull, and there's some other XC monsters out there missing as well. I do not see this being such a big deal in our meta, but I guess it's okay. I know someone's gonna try to abuse it at some point and make it really broken, but until then, I'm this is where I stand for now. And Instant Fusion to one definitely makes sense because just like a lot of these other hits, they're all just preemptive Master of 5 hits. So Instant Fusion to one definitely makes sense. You do not want to spam out foldable boards with Thousand Eyes or Millennium Eyes, lock your opponent out of hand traps for the turn, and just keep them locked like that. So Instant Fusion one definitely makes sense. And Mind Control to one, like um, yeah, that definitely hurts the side deck a lot. And I know the OCG has it at 2, and like, you know, it's still being played everywhere. Seeing it at 1 now makes it somewhat unplayable, and I don't really see this card being used anymore a lot in the side deck, so I guess that's fine. And considering it's not a harm once per turn, it's also really broken, so like, I guess it's fine. I do feel kind of bad. It kind of gave me an indirect hit to my Magical Musket deck, but it's whatever, I guess. And Barrage to 1, I already explained that, so I don't need to discuss it again. And that is it for the limits. So yeah, way too many limits here. Kind of like it's kind of like the same time. It's kind of similar to the same list that the OCG got on their last April ban list. Here, so many limits and very few forbiddens. And once we get into the semi limits, there's not that much to talk about. Malicious 2. Makes sense. It's been on and off so much. It's been at 3, it's been at 1, it's been at 2. Honestly, I don't know if it really just belongs. I mean, because at 3 it's just really broken. Dark Warriors can abuse it so much, and Heroes, I mean, for Heroes it's somewhat okay. At 2 it's less consistent, and yeah, you lose another search, but it's like, it's whatever, I guess. And Widow Anchor to 2, I mean, sure, it's really generic. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, this is definitely not gonna bring Sky Striker back at any point because Engage is still banned. So I do not see Sky Striker being a thing anytime soon. I mean, I know some people have tried to abuse it with the new support they got with like Rose and Seeger and like the others. But like, yeah, this is not gonna bring Sky Strikers back in any way. And yeah, this is okay, I guess. And then yeah, once we get into the unlimits, pretty common stuff, stuff that I saw coming on Deep Sea Zero the 3. That makes sense because like there is a new water archetype. I can't think of it at the top of my head right now, but there is a new water archetype that's coming out in Secret Slayers pretty soon. So Deep Sea the 3, that would make sense. They want to, you know, promote it. Necrophase at 3, like, if we were just playing in old school Yu-Gi-Oh, this would make sense, but like, and this would be really scary. But like right now, I don't see it being that scary at this point. Drona 3, I mean, what does it matter now? Like, Master Plan is gone, so this being back at 3 will not help it. So it's whatever. And lastly, Pot of Avarice at 3. I'm kind of split about this as well, because on one hand, I've seen a lot of people here talk about this not being a thing because like going first it's not that good, and like going second it is somewhat okay if you can get the right setup, but if you can, it's just a dead card. I've seen also seen other players say like it's gonna be really broken. There are a lot of decks that get rid of their hand very easily that can abuse this, like Infernities, for example. I think this will be really good for them. But other than that, I don't really see this card being too impactful in our meta, so I guess it's whatever. I mean, some road contenders can abuse this to a certain point, but in terms of overall like representation in top tier decks, I don't really think this is gonna do a whole lot. And yeah, guys, so that is it for the list. So overall, really big list, a lot of big hits that I did not see coming. Some of these we expected, some of them just blew my mind. And yeah, overall, there's just a really generic ban list. It's nothing compared to the last ban list that we got for January, which was like crazy. They basically murdered everything in sight and did not want to leave any meta decks alive. So yeah, for now, this is just what the list is looking right now, and I'm kind of happy with the list overall. It's not that big, and I do enjoy it a lot. It seems really interesting. I'm definitely curious to see how it will impact our meta as a whole, because honestly, the only decks that I can think about at the top of my head that will be really good now stepping into this are decks like Poltergeist, Salaman Great, maybe Pendulums. I don't know, because like they got Celine, so like I guess it could be a thing, but I'm not sure at this point. You could let me know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that's it for it now. I don't really have a lot to say. I expected a lot of this. I did see a lot of this coming. Um, and some of these hits are a bit crazy to me, but it's nothing as crazy compared to what we got for January, so I guess it's okay. So overall, really good list. Definitely curious to see how it will impact the meta, and considering we will only have 1 month of the meta when we step into May, and then get a new ban list in June, so it'll be really interesting to see what this list will be like once we step into the new meta. But either way, guys, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be my bands discussion for the TCG April 2020 ban list that just came out. So yeah, guys, if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. And again, share it with your friends. It really does help support me and the channel. And leave a comment below what you guys think about the ban list. Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Do you really think it's gonna impact the meta? Do you think it's trash? I would really love to hear your thoughts and get a discussion going. And if you guys do enjoy my content and do want to see more videos like this or anything else in general, again, let me know in the comments below. But also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out anytime I upload videos. And that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Henrik45 signing off.